Adesso ci ne levo prima, mi scordo levato.
So.
No, you're not recording, are you?
Hi, I'm Donna. This is Budget Friendly Cooking. Today I'm in New Jersey at my best friend's kitchen. Usually she's on that side entertaining us, and we are on the other side. But today I'll be on this side and try to teach you Georgian party food, khinkali. So what is khinkali? It's a dumpling filled with meat, and I have here ground beef and pork, which I ground myself. If you don't eat pork, you can just use ground beef, or you can do lamb. We use that a lot too. And I added a little bit of cilantro, parsley, and 1 onion. Some people say that you don't need to add any herbs, but I like herbs in my dumplings, so I added that. And to make it juicy, you have to add some water. And here I have about 3 pounds of meat, and I'm gonna add about 2-3 cups of water, and I'll just see like the consistency, and I'll show that to you. Also, another second ingredient of khinkali is a dough, and the dough must be very hard. And I usually use my stand-up mixer to make the dough, and I knead it like for about 10-15 minutes, and it's very helpful because otherwise you have to knead with hand, and it's pretty hard. So I made this yesterday, and I rested it in the fridge, and it's pretty nice and stretchy and beautiful, so I won't even need additional flour to make my wrapping parts nice and flat. But I'll show you how to make the dough now and demonstrate it, and then we'll start to assemble that. It's 1 cup flour. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, just a pinch, and then just a little bit of water. I have here 1/4 cup for 1 cup of flour, and I'm just gonna start making the dough forming. And even if it's not like forming right now, after I rest it in the fridge, it's gonna form a beautiful dough. All right, I added whole. Usually I don't measure those things because I kind of feel the consistency, but for this amount I did 8 cups of flour and 3 cups of water, and it came out perfect. So there is your measurement. I have to form it one nice dough, and don't worry about if it doesn't look nice and smooth, because after you put it in the fridge and let it rest an hour or two, even overnight, it will be fine. All right, I've been kneading this dough for about 10 minutes, and it's not an easy job. Wrap it in the saran wrap, and you have to let this dough rest in the fridge for about an hour to. All right, I'm gonna show you how to make the filling. So I'm gonna add some water to my beef and pork mixture. It already has some salt and red pepper, hot pepper. If you don't like spice, you don't have to add it, but little kick is always good. And I usually don't measure, as you already know, but we're gonna measure it for you. We have 3 pounds of meat mixture here. I just added 1 cup of water, and then you can either use your spoon to incorporate the water into the meat mixture, or you can put your hand and massage the water into the meat, and it's not as gross as it looks. It's very satisfying feeling, and you can wash your hands after. Right, this way it's good because you kind of feel the consistency and texture. Here comes the fun part. We're gonna make this dough flat. I sprinkle a little bit of flour so that they don't stick to my roller, and make about 1/2 inch thickness, just like that. Should be good. It's not that hard. There we go. Little workout for you. Ugh. And after it's nice and flat, then with this little handy dandy tool that my dad made, and I brought it from Georgia, we're gonna cut circles. All right, if you don't have this little handy dandy tool, you can always use glass. This is, and try to pick with the thin edges so it cuts through well. And another tip is you can dip your glass or cutter into the flour, so this way it won't stick to the cutter and will come off easily. Just like that. Oh, it was not that perfect, but okay, let's do it again. And just press it until it cuts through. And there we go. So, did I mention that khinkali is a party food? Well, if I did not, I'm telling you that it's a party food. And today, I am bringing my friends. Come on over, girls.
The party animals.
So, these are my best friends, Kate.
Hi.
From New Jersey. This is her kitchen. We love this kitchen. And this is Sopo. She's visiting from Austin, Texas.
Yes, I am. Hello.
And we're Georgian. We're all Georgian. So we decided to make khinkali today and teach you guys how to make it. And if you have a question about this gorgeous colored liquor, so what is this and what is this doing here, I'm gonna tell you that. So with khinkali, we always drink either beer or a shot of vodka, jaja, which is made of grapes. But today we're gonna drink this beautiful brandy, Georgian brandy that Kate's sister sent it from Georgia. It's absolutely amazing. So cheers, girls.
Cheers to good times and to khinkali, of course.
All right, Sopo's cutting the circles, and I'm gonna comment on that. Cut it. So see how much dough she is leaving? This is waste. So you have to. This is a waste, guys. You have to try to bring it as close to the egg as possible, but not sacrifice the beautiful round shape. That is gorgeous. And then after you cut this round, you kind of using your hands, make it nice and flat. And then Kate is using the roller and makes the wraps nice and thin, just like that, whatever I have here. And I am going to put the filling. I have here about 1 nice big tablespoon, and you see the juices coming out. That's why it's good to put the dough on the little saucer. All right, you put that in the middle, and then, so 2 fingers here, right? And then you fold with those and you press it, and you have to press it really hard so that they fold. So you have to make sure that this is really nice and tight here, because after you boil it, the juice has to stay inside. So after we make those circles, it's always good to put them like that in pairs, like that. And that way it's easy to count them and to know how many khinkalis you made.
Oh, wow. That's news to me.
Yep.
To me too.
Because otherwise it will be impossible to count, and this way it is easier. And then we'll know, like, out of 8 cups flour, how many dumplings we can make, right? All right, and that looks pretty and organized. So I remember when I was a kid, my parents used to make khinkali every weekend, and we had my uncles and aunts and cousins all over, and I actually was the one who was making the dumplings. All right, who's filling my shot glass?
These are 2 things. You know that, guys?
Oh, it's my job. Sorry.
All right, my water is boiling. It's hot. And we're gonna salt our water just like we're cooking pasta. Generous amount of salt, just like that. And it's always good to pick a pot with a wide bottom, and I have water a little more than a half, and I have here about 12, 13, 14 little dumplings, and I think that should be good for this pot. You don't want to overcrowd it too much, so I'm going to start very gently. This is very important you bring your hand closer. You cannot drop it like from far, because it's gonna splash all over you. So very gently, you do that. Place them in your boiling water. Then you put the lid back on, and using either kitchen towel or some gloves so you don't burn your hands, you gently twist the pot and it's always good to be around the pot so that it does not over boil. So usually like when you put the dumplings in, it turns the temperature of the water down. So now it's gonna start boiling, and after it's boiling, then you have to set the timer for about 7 or 8 minutes, and then pick them out. They'll be ready. Okay, my timer is off. And I should be ready. Look at those beautiful dumplings. And gently, one by one, it's always better. So you can either use that, or I think I have another one. Where did you, oh, there, here. Or if you have this one, you can use that too. That should be pretty good too. I've never used that, but we can use that. Oh, that's easy. And I like to kind of flip it around so it's like this side, the pretty side up, like that. And none of them has broken so far. They are all nice and beautiful. We're gonna try.
It's time to.
I was gonna serve you, but it's okay.
Thank you, Donna.
All right, moment of truth. Yeah. Oh yes, the very important. Another important thing is how to eat khinkali. So using your hands, 2 hands, so it's not very hot anymore, so we'll let it sit for a minute or 2 so you're not burning your mouth, and then you just have a bite.
We can use one hand.
And make sure you don't waste the juice that's inside. Do not flip it over.
And suck the juice.
That's important, yeah. So good, Donna.
Yummy.
Very good. So, no drops on your plate. That's the technique, how to eat khinkali. That's it. If you have any questions, please write in the comments down below. I'll be happy to answer. And thank you for watching. Go Marjos.
How much?
Cheers.
Cheers.